Greetings, fellow space inhabitants. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, Castle in the Void. Episode 6, Waking the Squatters. Oh, thrumbos. Now that's something. You have my attention. Where did this prisoner come from? Oh, he's been here a while. He's just a hemosage harvest. He's here for blood. Okay. Smelt metal from slag forever. Drop it on the ground. Smelt weapons. And this will be dropped on the ground. And this is going to be bio-coated weapons only. So, don't allow the non-bio-coated. Then, we want to smelt tainted apparel. So, smelt apparel forever, drop on the ground. This is for tainted apparel. That is smeltable, so don't allow clean. And then, smelt tattered apparel forever, drop on the ground. This is going to be anything tattered. And lastly, destroy apparel forever, drop on the ground. And this is only tainted apparel. Okay, so we have the bills for getting rid of junk. No, destroy tainted apparel. What is got you upset? I like how you have a decent dining room. You, like, ate in bed. You know what I could do for you? Here, you can stare at a pool table. It will make your room nicer. We don't need a pool table over there. And in fact, you are a guest of honor. I will stick art in there temporarily just to keep you happy. Because you being unhappy is kind of a problem for me, for my honor. So, happy you shall be. And you guys say, don't bother with the waster right now. I got better things to do. Yeah, I kind of agree with you guys. So there we go. His bedroom is now somewhat impressive. And the impressiveness of our throne room really hasn't gone down, so it's fine. Maybe I'll pull the pool table back out and see if it keeps its impressiveness. Raven Bear, thank you for the gifted subs. I would very much like to hunt those thrumbos. So I think that's my priority right now. Scorp and Felix gets in the shuttle and goes hunt thrumbos. Now I know that Felix has the malice from being pulled out of sleep early. So that's a consideration to make. But he has all his psycasting, so I think it should be fine. Especially if we just take them out one at a time. So I'm going to wait until they're sleeping and gank them in the sleep. You do not pray. So in the meantime, you can go hunt other things. So this will be like a meat trip. Oh god, there's nothing to hunt. Never mind. Cut stone, I guess? Yeah, you can cut slate. And then Scorp will mine. So I parked here so that we can get steel easily. And the shuttle's not that far from our sleeping area. Prismos and Arkwolf, thank you for the resub too. I didn't bring any food, did I? Shoot. I'm bad at that. Berries, I guess? And try not to get, like, sick on them. I'll try to remember to bring meals in the future. But Felix doesn't really have any other important tasks, so like running around foraging is fine. It's not great, but it's fine. I shouldn't be here too long, because we're going to fill up that shuttle pretty quickly with the thrumbo corpses, I suspect. Do you have any moral objection to being given drugs? Or mood? Because I have yayo, and like, if you don't mind drugs, I will fork it over into your nose. I don't think you have a moral objection to drugs. So, here we go. Administer yayo. Runloth. Go operate, and then visit. Trying to keep the man happy. It's a little rough. Can you stop botching everything? Alright, the other thing is Felix and Scorp are going to be given travel meals. In travel meals, I'm going to include raw berries as a food source so they can eat whenever they want, which is probably going to be immediately. God, this shack is a little claustrophobic. Okay, Runloth is making sure that we have plenty of rice. Getting that sown again. And Destroyer is researching, albeit very slowly because he's not very good at it, but there's nothing better for him to do. Oh, look at you! Managing to actually harvest berries this time. More thrumbos? Oh, holy hell. Okay. On the other map tile? So where's the thrumbos in this map tile? There's one here. So they're not next to one another. So I'm going to go now that they're separate and divide and conquer. So we're going to start off with a Sanguine Spear and get Scorp. Oh, I missed. Get Scorp close. Can you stop moving around? I mean, I know it's... You know, actually, I wonder if I can just hemo drain you. Okay, you stopped moving. There we go. You start running, because I can long jump leg away. So I want to... Blood Shard... This is tricky. I could also aid. Maybe I should aid. I was hoping to be able to just, like, dump a whole bunch of damage so that Scorp can get distant, but it's not really working. So I'm just gonna aid Trooper for safety, because Scorp is not doing well right now, and I don't want him to die. Okay, he's downed, which is actually a good thing, because he'll be left alone. And... I will tend, and I'll try to do the hunting better next time. So he only has one bleed. Okay, it's already downed. I used a lot of hemogen. So this might be a shorter... Oh, and it's on fire, which is a problem for our vampire. So put it out real quick. With the Trooper Squad up, I want to immediately go into the next fight to get them a valid target. so that they are helping me with the other thrumbo, because that's what I'm paying them for. There we go. Oh, whatever. And I get free food out of this. And, well, they have death acidifier, so not armor. And you are obviously psycasting, so I don't know what psycast that was exactly, but it was helpful, because you did kill it. Alright, so the 2 thrumbo are down. Inelegantly, but down. We have Heatwave for pay, which is at Outpost. Accepting this makes a whole lot of sense, like, once we're not here and we don't care. So, what reward for the Heatwave? I'm obviously going to accept it, but Honor, LTEX, Plasteel, or Dark Vision. Even though this is the least valuable, it's kind of the most valuable, in my opinion, to thumb on the scale. And you are up. Sweet. So I'm very, 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 very low on hemogen. And between low on hemogen and uninterrupted death rest, it kind of sucks. But the thrumbo I already got. So we should be out of here soon, I think. And getting back up to orbit with our lovely thrumbo. Who to butcher? Scorp? Actually, Scorp, you have a lot of injuries, so Felix, even though he's worth at it. There's a little bit of hemogen to tide you over that was left here. So you don't have, like, health problems as a result. Got the soldier meals? Yeah, it's right here. I already got them. We also had an emu self-tame. Maybe I can... I'll go round it up. But, is it zonable? No. Okay. So butcher and hitch it. We'll get this shuttle, loaded in just a minute. Search for the blood chalice. Absolutely. So I'm going to start loading everyone up. I know the shuttle isn't full, but Scorp needs recovery. Felix needs blood. It's not worth sticking around longer. And then I can also trigger the... Lucas is starving. I can trigger the heat wave as soon as they're out. Also, just stick the emu in and butcher it up there in orbit. Come on, hang in there. Actually, just get in the shuttle now and relax. Scorp will try to load the rest. You know what? This is stupid. Form caravan. They're like going crazy with the hauling. Yo! I hit shift. Load it all up. It's like ignoring my orders. Oh my god. Could you play? I mean, I know you're like in a bad mood or whatever. Alright, I'm not even gonna wait for the emu. It's not worth it. We're about to have like a mental break, so I'm just gonna go without it. It's not important enough. And we are gonna trigger the heat wave for pay for honor. And strangely enough, even though no one's present, I was able to like profit off of it. Perfect. Alright, there's the heat wave. And we have LTEX that we'll need to scoop up soon. Ooh, a party. Lucas, do you want... Nah, I'm gonna keep the beer for myself. We'll just have Ruinloth make you nicer food out of the thrumbo. Okay. Ruinloth, pull it all out of here. Cook some food, because Lucas is about to lose his mind. No. Cook fine first. There we go. Gully gave birth again. Alright, I'm going to, I'm ignore you guys. I'm killing all the... I don't... It's not freaking worth the time. All the lambs are dead. The amount of wool I'm getting is like 0, because I don't have any animal handlers, and I'm forking them rice, so... Buckets of rice for 0 wool is like the worst trade ever. So, yeah. We're done with that. Interesting concept. Horrible experience. Hey, Felix, go kill stuff. Yeah, super expensive 5 meals. Exactly. F that. F for, you know, they're dead. Obviously. Yeah, I literally have no wool. It's been a fail shear every single time. So I all of that work for 0 benefit is stupid. Oh, yeah, you don't need to be cooking anymore, though. We are so close to having microelectronics. A Gauss sprout. Okay. The other thing, yeah, we still have thrumbos kicking around down here. I probably don't want to try that until I have more backup and healthier fighters, because it was not a good fight. So I'm just going to leave them be and not take the opportunity to try to go for the other thrumbo. I think I'm going to put the pool table back in here, but then, like, screw it up on purpose to put like art blocking it so that no one uses it, so it adds to the value of the room but isn't a usable rec object. Try to keep him happier. Well, the good news is all that freed up food from having to not feed the sheep and clean up after the sheep and all that stupid stuff, we can now put to getting the ancient soldiers up. So instead of immediately jumping to shields, I'm going to make the choice to get some of the older stuff like smithing and machining. And the reason for this is I want to wake up these ancient soldiers. So the current priority right now is to wake up ancient soldiers. Now that I have more psycast power, And my interrupted death rest is cleared. So temporarily, I'm going to stick these research things in another room. I'll put them up here for now. And I'm going to set up the research room to be able to capture the ancient soldiers as best as I can. The reason I didn't want the former sheep pen is this is a nicer room. It's a decent room. This is a dull room. Alright. The way I think I want to do this is to suffocate them. Or to potentially suffocate them. So to wall them off of the life support unit, to put doors over their areas, open the caskets. 2 of the here will be... I'm going to do a little gambling. I'm going to remove roof over 1. Oh, right. No, we can't remove roof because it's... I could starve them? Heat them? I think what I'm going to do is bleed them dry of blood, 1 at a time. So I'm going to do it this method. Still. But I'm going to use Felix's psycast powers and psyfocus to drain them of blood as non-hostilely as possible. As a means to get rid of them. Also, at this point, let's dump bodies elsewhere. So I'm going to copy, delete. I'll just dump bodies out here. I don't need to be holding on to bodies. No, I don't want to break the wall to the outside. This will work. Exposing them to the vacuum is a little sketchy because critical vacuum exposure and death is like a few second window, so it's very difficult to actually vac expose people to unconsciousness and then still rescue them unless you have like skip psycast or something like that. It's pretty tricky. So I'm just gonna hemogen drain them. I'm basically gonna drain them of blood instead, 1 at a time. So drain this person, then pick the target that I most care about and drain them. Hideout at Void Castle. There'll be raids of pikemen. This is doable. The Side Trainer of bend probability I wouldn't want because it's a harmonist cast, and I don't use harmonists. But that honor is nice. We'll consider that in a little bit. I'd like more soldiers first. Oh, Scorp is wounded enough that he's like just botching everything. Alright, Felix, you do it. Now, for these, I could use vacuum, because there's just a steel wall between them and vacuum. So I could use the vacuum mechanic over there, but I'm not going to bother with this one, because it's... Destroying the fortified walls is kind of annoying, because I can't put them back. Once gone, forever gone. The other thing I want to do up here is a comms console. This is a big enough room that it will probably be fine to put all my all my supplies in here. So I'll put a comms console here. And then I want a bait beacon out here. And then a real beacon in my stockroom. Which I'm running out of steel, I know, but as soon as Scorp is recovered, I'll work drive him and then we'll get the steel back. So Felix, work on the bait beacon. Yeah, whatever. So the bait beacon is so that if pod drop raiders are targeting the beacon to land, they'll land up here rather than land close to my stockroom. That's the way bait beacons work. And I might be able to pick up another psycast soon. Please don't screw this up. No botch, no botch. Alright, Lucas. You need food. Felix, go feed him. And then give him a little bit of the nose candy. Seriously? Ugh. Oh, we'll be back for the steel. We're very out of steel. But some of the steel we'll get from the caskets, too. Alright, hi on Yayo. Good. The old booger sugar. Yeah, exactly. Tomorrow morning, I will crack these open so that we have a little bit more rest and a little bit more side focus. Do I even have enough? I don't even have enough for, like, a real beacon. Unless, you know, I'm gonna actually smelt that awful suit. So smelt apparel once, quality awful only. Just because it's... Who wants to wear that? I sure as don't. Might as well recoup the materials. Because that's 23 steel, 5 plus steel. Not terrible. Magnus, thank you for the resub. Welcome. Cheers. We're 2 steel away from having the steel for this. So I'm going to do one more smelt weapon of awful and poor quality, smelting that auto pistol, and then that should be enough to get a beacon in here. And then once Scorp's maybe a little more healed, we'll kick off the casket openings. He's nearly recovered. I really should not have let him take the hits like he did. And I'm gonna help Runeloth with the farm work because we're super falling behind. I also want like a kitchen overflow. So copy this, paste, make it normal, call this kitchen overflow. And then this will be low. Because rice in here is going to decay. Alright, smelted the weapon. And that gives us an orbital trade beacon. Now, there's some areas that are not covered by the beacon. So I think I'll put the trade stuff, the trade shelves over here. I can even put this as my crafting room and just have it share one room. Because we're not likely going to have the scenario where we have a lot of stuff, because you don't get a lot of stuff in space. You have pretty limited income of random supplies and junk and stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and start the soldiers. So I'm going to have Destroyer, the Wimp, punch it, and everyone else is holding fire. And let's try to keep... So we've got tough, night owl jogger, awesome traits. Want Ryza. You, greedy, recluse, psychically deaf. You're a shooter. You can do plants. Wouldn't hate it. Don't love it. You're also another doctor, so it's not terrible. And then Sarai is delicate fast walker. Not terrible either. They're all three good recruits. So here we go. Hemodrain. And punching. The question is, can you survive another hemodrain? How much blood do you have? Severe? I probably don't want to hemodrain you twice, because you might just up and die. So I'm going to blood shard you. You died. Shucks. I ripped your arm off. It's tricky. It's not a fine science. Alright, so all of you are not fire on will. Let's have Destroyer the Wimp punch you. Actually, break line of sight so you don't get shot. Destroyer go punch as a Wimp. And Ruinloth go punch. So this is the tough one, which is going to be hard to bring them down alive. The other way that we could do it is Blood Shard and then Hemodrain. And that's a tactic that I'll try for Vadim here. Nope. Go this way. Is to get some bleed damage early. And then Hemodrain. And then the blood loss should stack up quickly. So now he has an active bleed and already blood loss. So he should lose consciousness quicker. Hypothetically. Alright, she's down. Yes. Tough jogger who can shoot? Ah, yes. Alright. I have some beds. I'm gonna carry her, because I don't want her getting back up and, like, changing her mind. Let's set down the bed and work on recruiting. This guy I care a lot less about, because he's, like, pretty sucky. But he could be tribute. And I'm hoping the blood loss and cut will knock him out. It should. And then you getting stripped. So I would say the blood loss method seems to work pretty good. Yep, there he goes. So yeah, I'll do a blood shard and then Hemodrain, and I think that combination is a pretty good one to knock people out. And he had an advanced component, which is, like, super important. Because, we need advanced components for the microanalyzer and stuff. So you are going to be converted and then recruited. And then you are going to be captured and then tributed. Maybe? I don't know exactly what we're doing with them. And I'm going to get rid of all but one of these caskets. I'm going to leave one casket as, like, an insurance policy for, like, oh crap, we're, like, bleeding to death or something like that. Now, McKinney here, I did strip, And what I want to do is I want to clothe her so she's less unhappy. So I'm going to force target to wear flak pants. And then force target to wear synthread shirt so that she's wearing clothing and, like, doesn't lose her mind. And then once this room is cleaned up, it becomes a reasonable room to do research in again. I just didn't want the research benches in there potentially getting damaged during the fight. So we got 2/3 of them. Not terrible. I did lose the delicate fast walker, but the fact that she was delicate might have played a role in her, like, instant death. Honestly, more than likely, that is indeed the case. What? Okay, whatever. Alright, so for you, I think I'll convert them just for the fun of it, but I'm going to hemofarm the Vadim. I'm only going to recruit McKinney. And McKinney's, like, will and resistance is basically 0, so it's really just about conversions. Which hopefully won't take too long. Oh! Oops. I thought I had patched him, but clearly I didn't. At least it was not the one we wanted. I put a lot more effort in the one we wanted not to die. My bad. And then she is going to be offered fine meals. Because she's, we're trying to recruit her, so keeping her happy is, like, better. The recon armor. I want Scorp to wear. Because he does ground excursions a lot more frequently than Runloth. So having him have armor that allows him freedom of movement is more important. That doesn't, you know, is not tainted. Because the other stuff is tainted. Prisoner Brock. So we have 2 prisoner requests. Blood Rot. And there will be a raid. We could probably handle this raid if it's in space. I also get 3 cataphracts. That's a lot of mouths to feed. And then this one is, like, robots. Which, if I had, like, shield belt, this would be pretty easy to deal. Cyclops, Legionaries, and Pikemen. But, we probably want a shield belt first. So we have some quests pending, but I'm not going to make a decision on it. It really depends on, like, the speed at which I get, shield belts. Okay, Lucas, you need food real bad. I'm bringing it to you, Bal. We were busy. I'm sorry. And then I just picked up another psycast, and I'm gonna make the decision to get in Bloodstorm. Bloodstorm is like the none shall pass level psycast. It's kind of a no-brainer. Now that I have the ability to get a comms console down on the surface, another thing I could do is to call in a tribute caravan, and get Destroyer offered up as tribute. It might make sense to do that, though, once I open up the other caskets, because the other people in the caskets might end up as tribute as well. Because I don't know what the quality is in there, but, like, if they suck, you know, obviously we're going to want to turn them into tribute. Or, yeah, probably tribute. as that is a goal. Yeah, what's wrong with him? We're hosting him for 11 more days, but he's paralyzed. He can't move, so I just need to like feed him periodically, keep him from going crazy. And Ambush is attacking, probably going to attack my dromedaries. Good luck, dude. You're going to lose. No, you're going to break into my home. I mean, your name is Ambush. Have fun. I, like, don't super care. Eventually, once we have turrets, I can hook up turrets to our outpost. But, like, I'm not going to bother sending the shuttle down to stop that. Plus, I wouldn't get there in time anyway. Okay, high-tech research bench. So we're going to need more steel for the research bench. This is a big ticket item. I definitely want one, without a doubt. And that means Scorp, now that Scorp's fully healed, going down to the surface and getting it. I'm probably going to want to land around here where the plasteel is. So is there steel near here too? Because there's the Ancient Danger, gold and steel. So maybe I'll land around here, getting the gold and steel, plasteel, and then doing the Ancient Danger. So I'm going to wait for Scorp to be all set and ready to go. But I'll hit him with a work drive before he goes down. Smithing is done. Machining is next. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Hassle in the Void, which originally streamed live on Twitch as a miniseries marathon. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. I am not, however, looking for feedback because this streamed once only as a marathon and it cannot be incorporated. If you would like to join my online community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it. If you'd like to join my Patreon page, you can also find a link to that in the description as well. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, especially those that suggested this specific scenario, which would be Ruinloth, Felix, and Scorp, and also viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you on next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Sanguophage worshippers.